Hey everybody, Charles Warner here with Innovation and Tech Today, and I'm here with Graeme Moore with Polymath. Graeme, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
Hey, we're doing really good. We're excited to be here in Denver, Colorado. This is a pretty cool crypto event, blockchain event. It seems like Denver's the right place because, well, there's a lot of tech happening and a lot of innovation happening here. Can you tell our audience a little bit about Polymath and kind of what you guys are doing to be innovators in the field?
Yeah, so Polymath is a highly automated and scalable platform that helps companies raise capital and then issue securities that are tokens on a blockchain. And so it's very exciting just because there is so much friction in the capital markets world. And what Polymath is doing is helping to automate away a lot of that friction and take away a lot of those middlemen that make capital markets very expensive.
So is it like a software platform, or is it how does it work? You know, kind of in layman's terms that makes you guys reduce that friction.
Right. So it's a technology layer that is blockchain based.
Okay.
So some people might have heard of ICOs. Mm-hmm. How people generally participate in an ICO is the token is built on top of Ethereum. People send Ethereum to the company, and the company sends them back a token. So what Polymath is doing is we're taking that same technology one step further and making sure that everything is regulatory compliant and extending it into the world of securities. So how do you issue an equity that's a token on a blockchain? Well, Polymath helps with that. How do you issue shares in a fund, debt, derivatives? Polymath is working towards automating as much of the issuance process as possible.
Okay, tell us just a little bit about your background. Like, how did you get into this, or how did Polymath get started in this field that's literally blowing up right now?
Right. So I graduated in 2013 with an economics degree. I was very excited about the world of finance. I started working in finance and investment advisory, and where I thought I was walking into kind of the Wolf of Wall Street stuff, where everything was not in terms of like the scamming stuff.
Right.
In terms of stuff being very exciting and fast-paced, that's not really what I found in finance. So I was a little bit bored, and I left investment advisory, and kind of pretty much the week that I left is when I fell down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, as a lot of people talk about. Just became absolutely obsessed with Bitcoin with my economics background. Literally couldn't think about anything else all day. I think Caleb from Salt earlier was saying on stage, is anybody here that person who at Thanksgiving your parents and family tells you, all right, like relax about the blockchain stuff? Like that's me.
Yeah.
So that's been me for a few years. And
we all know somebody like that.
Yeah. Completely. Yeah. And so Trevor, who's the CEO of Polymath, he started about a year ago, and I had known him for a couple of years just being in the Bitcoin space in Toronto. And I said, hey man, what's Polymath all about? He explained it to me, and I started working the next day.
Wow. So is it sometimes frustrating? Like, I noticed that there are some people out there that have a background in investments and finance and stuff like that. Like, take somebody like Warren Buffett. He's kind of he's been a little bit standoffish about blockchain and crypto, hasn't he?
Yeah, so that was actually one of the reasons why I didn't get into Bitcoin as early as I could have. So with my financial background, Warren Buffett was like my guy.
He's the man. He's the Oracle of Omaha.
He was my absolute favorite guy. And so Warren Buffett said, Bitcoin is stupid, it's a bad investment, it's a scam, it's a Ponzi scheme. And I went, oh, okay, obviously this thing is stupid. And it was really only until I started watching videos and reading articles and buying books and realizing that this was an actual technology. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just something you could make money off of. It was a real technology and a protocol that was going to make the world better in so many different ways that the light bulb kind of went off for me.
Yeah, and when you have that light bulb moment, that's when great ideas come around, like what you're doing there at Polymath.
Yeah, completely. And the same thing happened again when Trevor told me about what Polymath was doing, because I'd worked in the capital markets world, and I went, wow, yeah, there's so much stuff that sucks.
Is that world kind of slow to adopt change overall? Like, do they kind of just do things business as usual, or are they looking for the next way to innovate so that they can be, more innovative than their competitors? What is your opinion?
It depends on the area, I would say. So there are a lot of people that are definitely dinosaurs, kind of stuck in their old ways, just comfortable making a buck, and they don't really worry about any innovation. But there's a lot of companies now in the financial world that are developing pilot projects with lots of blockchain technology and figuring out, okay, we realize this thing is actually going to do a lot of good for the world and make a lot of things obsolete. So let's try to get ahead of that. And those are the companies that we're actually very excited about being able to work with.
So where do you see yourselves in, let's just say, 2 to 3 years, if everything goes according to plan? Where's Polymath, and where's kind of the state of the state with regard to blockchain?
Yeah, 2 to 3 years, Polymath, in my mind, is the de facto place where any company goes to raise capital and issue a financial security, and the place where investors go to participate in security token offerings or initial public offerings. That's where I see Polymath in 2 years. I see a lot of the friction being taken out of that entire process, and investors being more excited about participating in initial offerings. As far as blockchain more in general, I just see the same stuff that's happened up until now just continuing. So we
Kind of
see
that hockey stick.
Yeah. We see more and more companies coming online, more and more excited people coming into the space, more and more very, very bright minds. So I was reading a couple days ago something like this has been the largest human capital suck out of Silicon Valley tech companies since the internet boom.
Wow.
From established companies. So young developers, people who are very smart, even C-level people, are leaving well-established companies and going, I got to get into this blockchain thing. I know something very big is happening. Let me get started.
So maybe they'll be teaching kids about blockchain in school.
I think that is something that's definitely going to happen. Yeah.
I mean, if it's going to be so prevalent, and if this is the direction that everything's going, it seems like that would make sense to kind of educate them as just as much as all the other STEM fields and everything else, because technology, it moves so fast.
Yeah, I mean, this is the next internet.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no question in my mind that something very, very big is happening, and the world is going to change in so many ways that it's become impossible to ignore at this point.
Yeah. Okay, well, is there anything else you'd like to say? Just kind of any closing thoughts on the conference here today, or anything else for our audience?
I'd like to say that this has been an amazing conference so far. Salt, as well as all the other sponsors, have done a great job kind of pulling this whole entire thing together. This is my first time in Denver, and so far...
Welcome.
Yeah. It's been amazing. So very happy to be here and very happy to be representing Polymath.
Awesome. Well, big shout out to Polymath, to Salt, and make sure you stay tuned with Innovation and Tech Today as we continue to bring you behind the scenes with the people that are the movers and shakers in the blockchain world. Thanks a lot, Graeme.